that doesn't work. All right, September 1st. I appreciate you holding things down for me in August, Carmen, but it is time for September. What is this? Is this written in blood? It begins.
Hey, man! Dang, boy! Why are you so jumpy?
Queen Diva Maria, you creeped up on me, so of course I'm going to be a little jumpy, okay? But hey, I'm glad you're here. I was just switching to the next month in my Women of Chase U calendar to support Chase U University, of course. That's why I got it, research purposes. But anyway, when I switched it to September, it had this creepy message on here. It looks like it's written in blood. I mean, what is this? What could this mean?
I don't know. It looks like maybe Comair Alexa's pulling a prank on you.
How dare you? Comair Alexa would never do such things to me. Okay, after thinking about it for about half a second, maybe a millisecond, I realized that this is exactly something that Comair Alexa would do to me. So I'm sure this is exactly her doing. I mean, look, this is exactly what her handwriting would look like if she ever wrote in blood. But you know what? Joke's on her, okay? Because everyone knows that LumberJillville tries to get taken over by some demonic force every October, and she messed up and she wrote this in September, so she's a month early. So yeah, she was way off. Oh!
What? Do you like my new jacket?
Ha, ha, ha. Very good, Queen Diva Marie. You're dressed up as Georgie. You're supposed to be Georgie. Georgie, it. You're part of this prank on me with Comair Alexa. And you know what? To be honest with you, I really don't appreciate that, okay? But you know what? I don't have time for this. I need to go review this LWO Elite 5-pack that has finally arrived to LumberJillville. So y'all can quit playing your immature games to try to scare me, but I'm going to review these figures. Duck-faced deuces. Here's a duck face. Here's the deuces. See ya.
Jeez. If yellow isn't my color, then just tell me.
Welcome to LumberJillville. Women's wrestling lives here. Now, before we get started, I just remind you to please hit subscribe to get a first look at all future women's wrestling figure reviews. Now, today is a very, very exciting, a long-anticipated review of the LWO Mattel Creations Elite 5-pack. Now, obviously, the reason I got this was for the Zelina. Now, I couldn't find it in my pocketbook to get two because this was about $100 on pre-order. It's been sold out for a while. It's probably going for some crazy prices on eBay right now, but I did pre-order this over a year ago, only for the Zelina. Now, the other figures in here do look pretty cool, and we will take a close look at them. We don't really review men's wrestling figures here in LumberJillville, but we'll definitely go through them today, but we are definitely going to start with Zelina. Now, without further ado, I want to get this 5-pack open, so let's take a look at the packaging first. All right, so this packaging is not only absolutely gorgeous, it is huge. It is very big. I'm actually way far away from my review table than I usually am. As you can see, I can barely reach out and grab it, but that's to get this all in frame because this is quite a piece. Now, I do kick myself for not pre-ordering two because I would love to have one of these MOC, it looks tremendous. Now, all these figures look really, really cool, highly detailed, and we are going to take a look at each one, but we are going to focus on Zelina first, cover what the attire's from, take a closer look at all the details, and even compare it to some of her previous figures. Because, yeah, the Zelina looks like the star of this 5-pack, and I'm so excited to get this Zelina in figure form. It was one of my most requested figures going back to a year ago. So I'm really happy to have it. Now, this packaging is very LWO inspired. We have it with green, white, and red. The LWO logo in the upper right corner. We have all their names here on the bottom. We get Cruz Del Toro, Rey Mysterio, Zelina, Santos, and Joaquin Wilde, which is cool. And yeah, it's a very sturdy, thicker type cardboard packaging, which we're not used to seeing with the Mattel figures, but because it's a 5-pack and a Mattel Creations one, maybe that's why we got some quality cardboard here. At the top it says Viva la Raza. We have the LWO logo on the top there. On the side, we have an image of all the superstars included in this 5-pack, and then we have the Elite logo on that. On the bottom, nothing fun. And on the back, oh, that is beautiful. Oh my gosh, the back of this package is absolutely stunning. I had no idea what it looked like back here until right now, and this looks amazing. Look at this. I'm definitely going to keep this package here, even though I'm taking the figures out. And then we have a very long little bio of the LWO. Now, I think what would have been cool, and this is just a small little thing, I wish they would have had it in English on one side and then put it in Spanish on the other side. I think that'd be a really cool way and really include the Latin American culture here for this 5-pack, because this is the LWO here. So what are we doing? Now, let's see how we're going to open it. It's going to be a little different. I'm going to walk up close to it here. Let me move my light. Now, I think the best way to open it, I was hoping it'd slide up from the top or the bottom, but I think I'm going to have to cut the side. So let's see if you can see the side tape there. So I am going to slice that tape. Oh boy, I'm nervous. And then it just folds out like that, and it should just slide out from there. Oh, we are doing it, y'all. All right, so now that I have it out of the package, I'm going to get each figure out individually. Now, we are going to start out with Zelina, and then I will also cover and review all the other figures included in this 5-pack. So let's get started. WWE Mattel Creations LWO Elite 5-pack Zelina Vega. This attire is from the 2023 Backlash Premium Live event, which took place on May 6th in San Juan, Puerto Rico. On this night, Rhea Ripley would defeat Zelina to retain the SmackDown Women's Championship. Y'all, look at this figure. Look how beautiful, look how amazing this figure looks. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of comments talking about how I put the flag on her, and there's different ways to do it. I don't know the exact proper way. Now, this is the direction that the flag was when she had her entrance at Backlash. So this is how I'm going to display her with it. Now, what's nice about that is this flag, which we'll take a look at first. We'll take it off. As you can see, it looks amazing on her. Now, this flag, what's nice about it is it has these elastic straps. Now, I'm not sure. I displayed her initially with her arms coming through those straps kind of in the front, but all the images I saw, the flag was actually going this way, so I liked kind of tucking that material behind her hair and having her arms kind of hidden as she holds it. I just think that looks really stunning. I think that looks beautiful. And that's how I decided to display it. So I'm sure there's some proper way. This takes me back to like Asuka's entrance robe where I totally didn't put it on her right. But you know what? As long as you like how it looks displayed, then go for it. But it is nice that we have these little elastic bands, which when I put it on her this way, which is the way that I believe it was on the Premium Live event, those elastic bands right there can kind of slide over her thumbs, and that helps her hold it up. So that's what I decided to do. Now this flag itself, the Puerto Rico flag, is amazing quality. It's actually double layered, which is nice because a lot of times when they do soft goods on Mattel figures, they do them single layered that looks like lingerie, but this is fantastic. It even has like a glitter shine to it, little silver studs all over it throughout. It looks absolutely beautiful. Now, it is important to note that Zelina also comes with hands of her signature pose, the OG Zelina hands, I call them, which we got on her very first Elite, which we'll take a look at later. But yeah, so we got some extra hands. Then we have the figure itself, which is a beautiful figure. So I absolutely love how this flag looks, how she looks displayed with it. I can't say enough good about it. And like I said, display it how you want. You can either put her arms through it and have it this way, or you could have it the way that it was when she was on TV, and you kind of hide her arms and have it that way. So there's different ways to do it, but either way, this is such a high quality soft goods piece. This is absolutely amazing. Now let's take a closer look at the figure, starting with the face. So this is the same sculpt and scan that we got on that Queen Zelina Elite Series 99, and I love it. I think it looks great. I think it looks just like her. I love that it's smiling. It really gives that emotion, that expression, that fun Zelina Vega that we all know. We get it here, and I do think the sculpt and scan works. Now, I will say, I do have a little bit of a paint smudge on the forehead. I'm guessing that's from the blue paint. I tried to rub it off. It didn't come off, so I'm going to have to get tricky with it to try to get it off there. It's not highly noticeable, but it is kind of prevalent on my figure, as you can see here. But yeah, this face sculpt and scan, it's absolutely beautiful, so stunning and lifelike. I love it. Now, this hair sculpt is also new for Zelina, and I love it. It's a lot more full. It's got a lot of volume to it. It's thick, and most importantly, what really stands out about this hair, obviously, is the color. As you can see, we have blue going around the front there with some white, and then some blue on the underlayer, which is really, really cool that they kind of layered it on top of giving her those blue highlights. I think it looks really cool. Now, I will say, along with that pink smudge on the forehead, if you zoom in, you can see like white residue also on the hairline there. So that looks to be from maybe the glue to keep the hair on or something. So that's kind of bothering me a little bit, to be honest with you. But yeah, between the blue smudge and that white substance there, not a fan of that aspect. I can get that off. I think I just got a bad one. But overall, you know, this face sculpt and face scan that we've seen before works great. And I love the hair. I love the hair. I really do. I think it looks so awesome. Stunning. So moving on down to the body sculpt and the attire, there are some parts that were used on previous Zelina figures that works really well, but this chest, this upper body sculpt is new and it looks fantastic. I really love it. Now, the first thing I am going to say, a little nitpick thing, it might just be my figure. Anyone out there that has a Zelina, let me know if your right shin is just wonky. It is just warped and bent really weird, like it doesn't even sit real well at the joint level. But the way it kind of bows out makes me think that this might have been supposed to be a left piece. But looking at it from the back, you can really tell how it's kind of warped outwards. It makes this figure really hard to stand. Good thing I'll definitely be using a display stand for this figure. But yeah, so that's just a little wonky piece. And even when you have it how it should, it kind of goes back there. It goes back a little bit and it looks real weird. Look at that. So, yeah, let me know how your right shin piece is on your figure, because mine definitely fits weird. But looking at the rest of the figure, I mean, this attire pops. It is beautiful. I absolutely love it. And as I mentioned, that chest sculpt is new, and this is something that Mattel really doesn't do, is we have a lot of extra flesh showing here that we don't get a lot on Mattel women's wrestling figures. Now, as you can see, this top does have a sculpted pattern on it that's raised a little bit. We have the star, we have the stripes on the other side of the chest. The strap is sculpted on. The straps going over her shoulders are sculpted. Moving on the back, we have the hair covering the back. But actually, if you look, the straps on the back are beautifully sculpted. Beautifully sculpted. I really don't want to take the head off. Normally I would, but I'm like trying to really take care of this figure. It's my only one. Now moving her around, we have a right arm sleeve that's just painted blue. Left arm sleeve painted white. We have a little tattoo on her right thumb, which is very, very cool. The bottoms are painted with good detail. We even have little folds sculpted in there to simulate tights. Now, the upper thighs, a lot of people are going to be saying, hey, that doesn't match her skin tone. Once again, that is Mattel simulating pantyhose. I appreciate that effort. As someone pointed out before, they have done a mesh type pattern before, and that a lot of times helps clarify that they're trying to make the pantyhose material, but I don't mind when they just make it a shade or two darker just to simulate that, and I think it looks really well. On the right leg, we have that blue painted all the way down over the kick pads and a blue knee pad. On the left side, we have white and red stripes all the way down over the knee pads and on the kick pads. And these shoes are high top sneakers, and they're awesome. These might be the best footwear we've seen on a women's wrestling action figure. It just looks spectacular. A lot of sculpted detail there, and the paint detail looks amazing. So yeah, as far as the body sculpt and attire goes, it's amazing. It's astounding. It's breathtaking. My only nitpick, I wish they would have thrown some metallic paint in here, maybe some glitter in there, made it a little more screen accurate, and I think it really would have popped more with that flag as well. I think that would have been great, but as it stands, it looks amazing. But yeah, let me know in the comments if your right shin seems like a not matched up piece. It's definitely warped and kind of bent outwards, and yeah, I'm hoping it's just mine and it's not everybody's, but that's kind of a weird thing. Let's do a little comparison, and let's just get this out of the way because it's kind of an outlier. My April O'Neil Zelina Vega custom. I am really proud of this custom I did. I'm usually not very skilled or talented at customizing figures. I spent a lot of time on this, and I made this because I was really disappointed at the lack of female representation in that TMNT WWE line, and I thought it would be really fun, really unique if we got a Zelina Vega as April O'Neil. So this is my custom I did. I am a big fan of it, and yeah, I really like how it turned out. So I just had to show that again. I did a whole video on it earlier on the channel, but yeah, let's get that out of the way, but I just wanted to show it off again. Okay, so the rest of her figures. Now, Zelina is one of those superstars that every one of her figures has been an absolute banger. Now, we started off all the way back with Battle Pack Series 62 in 2019. Awesome figure. One of the best basic style women's figures, in my opinion. I love that figure. And then we had Elite Series 84, which caused a mass panic because it was going to be a Target exclusive, and then people had trouble finding it. I ended up getting mine from like Great Britain, but then it did appear in stores. But yeah, that Elite 84 is really cool, and it did come with a couple different accessories, a headpiece and a jacket, but I'm trying to show the figures kind of in their bare essential forms. Except for Queen Zelina, Elite 99, released in 2022. You have to include her with the scepter and the crown, and as I mentioned, that face sculpt and scan is the same as today's figure, just might be painted a little bit differently. Actually, it looks a little bit different. I feel like they definitely upgraded a little bit. Maybe the sculpt is a little bit different. It's hard to tell. I can look at these for hours, try to figure out the difference here. But as you can see, the sculpt looks relatively the same. The scan might be a little bit updated on this new figure. But they did a great job on this Queen Zelina. So yeah, Zelina is one of those superstars that every one of her figures has been an absolute banger, and I just think that's really cool. Now, if you had to choose one Zelina, this one needs to stand up. If you had to choose one Zelina, that's really hard for me to recommend because I would obviously say today's, but it's going to be so expensive on the secondary market, so if you didn't pre-order it, it hurts me to think of all y'all that are going to be trying to find this figure for a good price, and I hope you find it at a good price. I really do, because it's amazing. But if you can't get a hold of this, I mean, all three of her other figures are awesome in their own right. So, yeah, I would say every one of Zelina's figures is an absolute banger. All right, so let's jump into the men's figures, all four of them here. Now, I usually don't review men's figures on the channel. I only review the women. However, we're going to review these figures real quick, briefly show them, because this 5-pack is cool, and these figures do look pretty darn cool in my opinion. Now, I'm not going to be keeping this Ray, but there is one I'm going to be keeping, and I'll show you it here in a little bit. So, Ray comes with these extra hands that are grasping here, and they have nice tattoo detail on them, and the tattoo detail on this Ray figure is tremendous. I mean, look at his arms here. Amazing. They do a great job at Mattel with tattoos. Now, what really sets this figure apart from all 6,000 other Mattel Rays is this really unique mask. There's so much sculpted detail here. Even if you look at the mask close, let's see if we can get... It's got like a, yeah, you see it's got like a pattern sculpted on it, like a design sculpted on it. It looks simply amazing. This mask looks great. And what's cool is there's even like almost like shark teeth sculpted in, going over the mouth. It looks really cool. We have the soft goods, sleeveless LWO Latino World Order shirt, and we're actually going to take it off and look at the tattoo detail underneath. And once again, the tattoo detail is absolutely tremendous. I mean, let me slowly go around here. Yeah, that tattoo detail is insane. Wow. Now he has these like skinny jean type bottoms, and they look good. There's a lot of fold sculpted in there. Looks cool. And then we have these sneakers that are decoed really nice. They look really, really cool. So this Ray is definitely a cool Ray, but I'm not going to keep it in my collection. Being a father myself, I refuse to keep a deadbeat father in my collection. I'm just kidding. Shout out to Dom Dom. Jeez, now Cruz Del Toro, they went all out on this figure. This is tremendous. This figure is absolutely amazing looking. Now, I have a piece of plastic hanging from his arm. That's embarrassing. Let's get that out of there. So, as you can see, he comes with fist hands, I should say. Oh, my goodness. And he has these grasping hands, even with some paint to simulate tape on that right hand. But this figure looks tremendous. I mean, there's a lot of detail here. It's insane. All right, so looking at this face here, it does look like him. We even have this beard that has some sculpting involved, but the paint's really nice. It looks really, really real. He's got a little smirk there. His hair looks good. Definitely just went to the barber. It looks awesome. We got a little fade. He has this necklace that is also awesome. It looks great. That's really cool. And then he also has an LWO sleeveless shirt. This one is the green, white, and red, and it even has a little rip up top there. And on his left arm, he has, looks like a little band going around with the masks on there. And then he has this sculpted piece that is removable, simulates like a t-shirt wrapped around there. And then he has some tattoo detail. Let's take the shirt off and let's see if he's got any tats underneath, brother. Got any tats underneath? He does not have any tats underneath. This looks like a unique torso piece, honestly. I don't know if it is or not because I don't collect the men's figures, but yeah, this figure is freaking awesome. It looks good. Now, moving on down to the bottoms here, he has these tights that are painted super intricately. Look at all the deco and design that went into it. Del Toro on the back. Holy moly, they really went all out on this figure. That is tremendous. The boots are just a plain white. So yeah, this figure freaking rules. All right, so Santos here, he has a lot, and I mean a lot of extra hands. He comes with fist hands. He also has two that are open, and then he has two that are semi-grasping. And what's kind of cool is it looks like he's got his little black wedding ring on there. There's like little rubber wedding rings that folks wear when they do athletic competitions. It looks like they have that on there. I mean, that's a really cool detail. Look at that. All you married gents out there, go and get these hands, you know what I mean? Now, the figure itself is really cool. This is a long-haired Santos, and the likeness is spot on. It looks great. Once again, the beard detail looks tremendous. It looks amazing, just like the Cruz Del Toro. The hair is super awesome, the way it's sculpted, the way it looks. It's even like shiny black, like it's wet. The hair looks awesome. The face looks awesome. The arms, we have a white band with a skull and crossbones on the right arm. We have wrist taped over the hands. Same thing with the left side there, and we have some tattoo detail on the right arm. We have the LWO green, white, and red shirt with a little rip at the top. And let's take this off and see if let's see if you're tatted up, bro. That's what I'm doing with all the men's figures. Oh, he is! He's hiding some tats under there. We got one on the right pec, and then over the torso there. That looks cool. Moving on down to his bottoms, his chundies, if you will. His chundies have a nice little design that goes around. What is that? A piece of plastic. Piece of plastic came off. That's all right. And then moving it around here, we have more design. Moving it down, we have black paint underneath. We have these really cool, oh man, Legado del Fantasma. I probably said that wrong, but I think that's what that stands for there on the knee pads. And then these boots are so cool because we have this custom piece that is removable that simulates like the tassels that come down, and they look amazing. And these boots being that gold color with all the design. Look at the toes. Look at the toes and the heel like tiger stripes. These boots might be the coolest boots I've ever seen in the history of wrestling figures. Between the tassels, that removable tassel piece, to the boot deco, those look fantastic. Another a banger figure. And if you guessed that Mayor Aaron was actually going to keep the Joaquin Wild from this 5-pack, then congratulations, because you're correct. Now, mostly because back in the day when I watched Impact in like 2017, 2018, around that time, he was DJZ, and he was part of my favorite tag team at the time with Adam Everett. And yeah, I was just a big fan of his, and it's really cool to watch his career blossom all the way from Impact to the WWE now. I think it's really cool, and this figure is amazing. It's not his first figure, just like some of the previous guys, but this is his first Elite, and it looks fantastic. I mean, I absolutely love this figure. So he comes with fist hands and also semi-open hands. Now, what's cool about these extra hands is they're sculpted details on the gloves. You can see they're like fingertipless gloves, and there's a lot of sculpted detail there, and that's really, really cool. Now, taking a closer look at the likeness, I mean, this is DJZ, y'all. DJZ from Impact. This looks awesome. I absolutely love this face scan and sculpt. It looks, once again, the beard design looks great, printed on good, nice bright smile. He's got some paint issues going on his forehead. I'll try to get that off. That looks a little weird. But his hair sculpt is what really stands out. I mean, we even have some lines there. We have the curly on top. That looks tremendous. So, wow. Now, he comes with a tank top LWO shirt, green, white, and red. Now, let's take it off. And look, he's hiding some tattoo details as well. Boy, we got some tatted up details on these guys. Wow, we even have that. That is very interesting. It appears to be an elephant. We won't go there. We won't go there. Now, his left arm has an armband there. Very cool. And look at his tattoo detail, all the colors in there. I mean, you could literally spend like a 45-minute review just covering the tattoo details on all these figures. This is unbelievable, the details here. Wow. Moving on down to his chundies there, if you will. We have a really cool design, blue, yellow, and a pinkish color. And on the back it says Wild. Very, very cool. His knee pads are also decorated. Very cool, intricate paint there. And then his boots really stand out. His boots have a great design. So yeah, I'm actually going to keep this figure. This and Zelina are the only two I'm going to keep because, like I said, I was a fan of his when he was a DJZ in Impact. And to be honest with you, I am going to put him on my very small, very selective men's shelf. Great figure. All right, so overall, I give the Zelina Vega from the LWO Mattel Creations 5-pack an overall score of a 9.9 out of 10. It's almost a 10 out of 10. Almost. But I can't let that awesome flag accessory completely blind me from some little details that are a little bit off. Like, I wish her attire had some metallic paint, some glitter, something to really make it more screen accurate and really stand out, and we didn't have that. Also, mine has some sloppy paint apps in the hairline and on the forehead, and that's disappointing. And also, the leg is kind of warped on my right shin, so I might be being generous giving it a 9.9, but honestly, usually a figure like this would be a perfect 10. I could compare this figure a lot to that Then Now Forever 4-pack Becky Lynch, where it's kind of an outlier figure that's included in a multi-pack. But boy, is it amazing. That Becky was perfect in my opinion. And this Zelina is almost perfect. It is a stunning figure. It is beautiful. If you have any opportunity to get this figure, if you don't have it already, I would pick it up. Now, the prices on eBay, I haven't seen what they're at right now. I don't think I've seen any of hers posted. A lot of people got this 5-pack just for the Zelina. But I would say try your best if you don't have it to work out a deal and to get this figure, because this figure is a definition of a centerpiece of your women's wrestling figure collection. And that's what I plan this figure to be for LumberJillville, is a centerpiece. It is simply beautiful. It is amazing. And like I said, some minor details I wish they would have added that would have made it a perfect figure. But as it stands, it's amazing. It truly is. Now, the rest of the 4-pack, each one of these figures blew me away. I did not expect them to be as good as they were. But honestly, with this 5-pack being about $100 when it was on pre-order, it is worth every penny if you did put in the pre-order. The prices have skyrocketed, I'm sure, to get this whole 5-pack, so you kind of want to pick and choose which figures you want from it. Maybe try to pick them up that way. But these men's figures are really cool. The detail in the hair, the face, the tattoos, everything about these figures really makes them awesome, and I was blown away. I don't review men's figures here, but I'm glad that I did a quick review of each one of the ones today because they're all cool in their own right. And DJZ, Joaquin Wilde, he is going to stay in LumberJillville, and the little lonely men's shelf down there. But yeah, so if you did pre-order this 5-pack, I know you're going to be happy with it. I know you're going to love it. If you didn't, save searches on eBay. Try to reach out to the community. Find someone that ordered an extra one or two. And like I said, I would more so try to pick and choose the figures you want from the set, because every one of these figures is definitely worth it. Thanks for stopping by LumberJillville. Women's wrestling lives here. To get a first look at all future women's wrestling figure reviews, make sure to hit subscribe and become an official resident of LJV today. Also, head on over to ringsidecollectibles.com and use coupon code LJV at checkout to save 10% on your next order of women's wrestling figures. Now stay tuned. I'm a little concerned about what my calendar says. Hopefully we still have a month until Jill-O-Ween starts. I'm not ready to deal with all the demonic evil stuff that happens here, but I'm gonna go clear my head. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for watching.